Hi, I'm Eric Friedman. I'm the Executive Director of the Mad River Valley Chamber of Commerce, and we're here for our next edition of Tailgate Talks. And I'm here with Sam Talbot-Kelly, who is the Executive Director of Mad River Valley Arts. Welcome, Sam.
Hi, nice to be here.
I'm so glad you could make it onto the tailgate.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
so when you
fun.
took this gig, I bet you never thought you'd be sitting on some weird tailgate with
No,
artificial turf.
this is a great gig here. This is pretty easy to put together, and I'm very impressed that it can all happen
Yeah.
right on the spot.
And it's pretty cool, Sam. And we have art here and
Yeah.
everything, right?
Yeah,
Liz
beautiful
Harris,
backdrop.
Liz Harris, local artist, painted that for us.
Nice work.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So tell me a little bit about Mad River Valley Arts. What's the story with that?
Mad River Valley Arts currently is becoming an art hub for the valley. Our programs are designed to bring people together around art. We have panel talks, whether from artists or art experts in the industry, and we're here to bring art to the community.
Well, it's really great to have you here, and it's really interesting. There's quite an exhibit going on right now.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Wild Pink. So Pink was born from this idea of thinking about color, thinking about pink as having its own particular wavelength. And so we have a few interactive exhibits that showcase how that color and its ability to stun and interact and offer all kinds of physiological responses as well as conceptual responses. So all the works are pretty diverse, and they come from artists from locally, regionally, and nationally.
Yeah, that's interesting. We were talking about this earlier. So tell me how about you get some of these national artists find out about exhibits like this.
Yeah, we put out call for entries. There are particular platforms for artists and administrators that connect us to each other. And so when we put out a call for these particular curatorial concepts like Wild Pink, that reaches out to certain artists who work in certain fields that we want to have in our gallery. And then those artists apply. And there's a fee, but the platform is free. So it has a little bit of your portfolio, and then the artist then gets emails for calls that pertain to their work.
That's pretty interesting. So this exhibit is on through October, right?
Until October 31st. You got to come.
So, and what's the story with it's the Festival Gallery is what it's called, the Mad River Valley Arts Festival Gallery. What's the hours for it?
Yeah, Tuesday to Saturday, 1 to 5. And we have a reception on October 26th.
Do I get free food?
Oh, there's free food. There's candies inside. There's all
pink candies, right?
Pink candies.
Yep.
Yeah, it's super fun for all ages. Yeah, you got it.
Well, that's something that I'm really glad that you brought that when you said all ages.
Yeah.
I've been around here for a while, and Mad River Valley Arts, I think, had kind of a reputation of kind of old school, watercolors and things like that.
Yeah.
And I know since you've come on, it's really changed quite a bit. Tell me a little bit about your philosophy and the kinds of things you're trying to do here that are a little more attractive to younger folks.
Yeah. Our premise is to showcase art that has got some kind of relevance to contemporary social issues. A lot of the works, there's a diverse range. So we will have a watercolor in here, providing it suits the curatorial premise, the idea. But we really want to share all kinds of art and all kinds of disciplines. So the fact that we have two interactive works is key, and the fact that some of our work explores the boundaries between art and science. And so that in itself is a lot, and we're a small space, but we managed to pull some really interesting, diverse exhibitions. And our mission is for the public to have an engaging experience with art.
Well, I tell you, one of the things that was really cool this summer was Hey, how you doing? Hey, the pizza's here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, check it
There you
out.
go.
Love the pizza.
Yeah.
Open
Oh, wow,
hearth.
that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's good stuff. That's what's great about doing this is you have people driving by and we get to see some cool stuff. And Chris Jones, Open Hearth Pizza,
Yeah, and
is
it's really
winging on
cool.
by.
It's like an art object, that oven.
Yeah, totally. There's
Yeah.
art is everywhere in
Art
this
is
in this
everywhere.
community.
Right.
You know, one of the things I was thinking about was I think it was earlier this summer or maybe it was in the spring when you had the animation art. Am I crazy?
The
Or was that?
animation art?
Yeah,
The
cartoon.
the cartoons, yeah. A
Yeah.
year ago, around this time, we had the Mad Contemporary, which was, showcasing cartoons and comics. Um, yeah, and again, those were from local to regional artists.
What was amazing to me when I went to go check that out at that time, it was over a year. I didn't quite realize
Yeah.
that, but um, there were a lot of young people in there,
Yeah.
which was super cool to
Yep.
see. Right?
Yep. Yep. I mean, it's one of the first art forms for kids, right, to engage in. You know, they have their superheroes. And then also, yeah, it was an intergenerational show. So we just had all ages there included as participating artists. And yeah, it's wonderful storytelling, right? We're all about stories, so it's a perfect medium to share culture.
No, it's really amazing because again, just seeing younger people in here and in the gallery and interacting, I've been so impressed in your tenure here that you've been doing, camps and other things that are appealing to kids and young people, and it's
Yeah.
clearly a focus, right?
Yes, and we want it to become more of a focus for next summer, for sure. And eventually, as we grow a little bit more, that we can have, say, a weekend program, for families and such. We have started a membership drive. So we do have memberships of all levels for individuals, for couples, for families, and for those who want to be patrons in the arts.
Because you could always use a few extra bucks lying around, right?
There's no Ministry of Culture, so we depend on philanthropy, right? All kinds of fundraising is how we make it work.
So you're an artist yourself, right?
Yes.
And tell me a little bit about what you do art-wise.
Yeah, my work is installation based. I sew. I consider them conceptual garment installations. Sometimes they're mechanical, and so that's what I try to work on outside of this job.
And where does your artwork can it be seen?
Well, right now I have a piece down in Woodstock, Vermont, at the Sculpture Fest.
Yeah.
So Peter and Charlotte Davenport have been running their Sculpture Fest for years now, and it has all kinds of wonderful public art there on their premises. And otherwise, it's museums or other art centers.
That's interesting. So you have been the executive director for how long now?
2 years.
Wow, that's quite a tenure. They haven't chewed you up and spit you out yet, huh?
No, so well, 2 years and a couple of months. Yeah.
Well, I've got to tell you, I've gotten to know you a
Yeah.
bit since you came here, and it's been such a pleasure to get to know you.
Yeah,
And you've done so much amazing work here. So what I'm curious about is how did you live in Montpelier?
Yep.
How did you get roped into this gig?
Oh, well, a good friend of mine, Beth Bingham, who's one of our
Is she still a friend?
fearless, yes, one of our fearless board members, has, and I've known her for several years. She just asked me, "Hey, do you want to apply for this job?"
Simple
And
as that, huh?
Simple as that. Yeah. Thanks, Beth. No, it's good. No, it's wonderful. I feel blessed that she wrote me in. I'm very grateful.
That's really cool how you came here. Tell me, what is it that you like about working here? What is it that that this kind of an opportunity is fulfilling for you?
Yeah, it's really interesting. Coming from Montpelier, the valley is so different, right? Like
Hmm.
all over Vermont, you just have these different pockets with
You know what they
different.
say? We're all here because we're not all there. Right?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. So, it's just really, I'm curious about the valley, right? I think each community has its own kind of, I guess it's a vortex, but its own kind of intelligence, its own kind of interests and so forth. And it's just really interesting for me to get to know the valley community slowly. I'm starting to meet more and more people. I want everybody to show up at our doors and meet everybody. But it's a special place here for, like, we're just,
Yeah.
and we want to root ourselves as an art center that represents, the community here to make it feel like it's theirs, or yours. And
Ours.
an hours. So it's really, I'm super curious. That's what's motivating me, really, my curiosity.
It's like I said, it's very interesting to see, what your perspectives are on this and how you got into it and all of that. What do you see for the future of Mad River Valley Arts? Where do you see it going in the next few years?
Um, that's a good question. I really want it to keep exploring in its programming. I really want to make ourselves known and supported. I really hope the community gathers more around us and it just becomes like a natural thing to come to. That we're here, it's part of everyday life. Like going to shop at New Hurons, come over to us and shop and look at some art, buy art,
Yeah, it's very
talk
accessible.
about. It's very accessible, and
Yeah.
we want to have conversation. We want to be supportive to all the players in the the art industry, really. So we want to support art collectors, and we want to support our patrons who support us, our artists, and so forth. It's really an interdependent, you know, um, valley, really, and even to other businesses here, like to support the whole creative economy. So, um, and collaborating. We want to be better and better collaborators, and yeah, do
Well,
more of that in the future.
well, it's fun to collaborate with you too because we, at the chamber, we're always trying to, make visitors' experience special here, and the various art exhibits that are going on, whether it be at the Big Red Barn or here at the Festival Gallery. Or I think what's interesting too is just in local businesses, when you go to like All Things Bright and Beautiful and see Troy's, that garden with all of Troy's metal
Metal
artwork and sculptures
outside.
is so
Yeah.
cool. And that
Yeah.
you go to or Three Mountain Cafe and you see the
Yeah.
artwork and photography or whatever,
Yeah.
and art in the village, the gallery there. I think there's more art here
There's
than
a
people
ton of art
realize.
here. Yeah, and it's part of the Valley experience. Obviously, skiing and snowboarding and all the winter sports are really a strong draw. But also, too, the arts. We really, hopefully, together, it can be a more wholesome, enriching experience. But yeah, there are so many artists and artisans here that have so many interesting avenues they're taking with their practices and so forth. So, yeah, we're pretty lucky to feel like we're at the center of it, even though we're not. We're just part of the the matrix.
No, you are the arts epicenter here,
Okay,
Sam. Come
I'll
on,
just say that.
take
We're
credit for
the
that.
hub. We're the hub. That's
Absolutely. So, is there anything else that we haven't covered that you want to make sure people know about Valley Arts? Mad River Valley Arts.
Mad River Valley Arts, yeah, or you can call us the Mad. Just come to our shows. Don't be afraid to come in through our doors. I think there's this, barrier around art and galleries that you have to be some kind of, you have to know about it in order to appreciate it. And we're really much, it's not about that at all. It's like going to the Tempest bookstore, right? You're going to buy books, you're going to come and see art. It's a whole other world. We're all visual now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because of our screens. So it's really no different. You're coming to see something in person, to engage in a conversation, and it's just super fun. Like, yeah. So come.
Well, we really appreciate all the effort that you've put in since you've been here in the last couple of years, and it's so impressed to see the organization growing and changing, and it's really special. And I've been
Well,
really
thank
enjoying
you.
collaborating with you.
Oh my God, Eric, thank you. Like you're a mentor. You're a big supporter of us, and I really appreciate it. Like,
Well,
seriously.
we have a mutual admiration society, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for joining me on the Tailgate. We'll have to get you back here again real soon. We got to thank our good friends at Mad River Valley TV for making this happen. Your next door neighbors here, right?
I know, and so I'm totally blessed in that regard too.
Yeah, this is like such a great place to be. Like,
Yeah.
how would, like, can you be like right next to Canteen, Creamy, and like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know, that or the bar over at Emily's,
Come
like,
down for an ice cream. You go get a drink at Emily's. You come over, look at art, and you engage with Chris and I and Rick next door at the bookstore, and
yeah,
then
Blockhouse, and get a
we're-
chiropractic
we
adjustment.
get a chiropractor. Yeah, you get supported by our lawyers. Like, it's just all one beautiful community here.
Well, so glad that you're here with us, and we'll get you on the tailgate again real soon.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having me.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah.